Hey guys, Alan Combies. So in this video, what I'd like to do is share with you probably one of the most important life skills that you will ever learn. And I say this from experience. Not only has it changed my life, but I've actually applied it to other people's issues and problems and changed their lives for the better. I've helped people overcome severe anxiety and stress. I've helped them I helped an agoraphobic actually be able to go outside and walk down her street for the first time in years. I've helped people with money issues. A gentleman that was earning six figures but still had almost nothing at the end of the month. We worked on his mindset so that he could actually change the way he was looking at his financial situation. I've helped people with pain, neck pain, back pain. For myself, this technique has really helped me overcome limiting beliefs that were running in the background in my mind for so long. Things that I picked up as a child that were seemingly not very important because I just didn't realize it. It was things running in my head that I thought were just the way it is. But guess what? It's not just the way it is. The way it is whatever you want to put in there. So I don't know if that makes sense, but this is just a very, very powerful technique. And listen, the deal here is, if you're into the law of attraction or whatever, it's psychology, it's science. Whatever you're thinking about in here determines how you act out there, and that determines your results. So if you have chatter in your mind that makes you feel kind of down, how is that going to affect your actions when you're out there in the world? If you have to make sales calls and you've got this little thing in the background that's going, oh, you're never going to make this call, they're going to hate you, they're not going to like you, how is that going to affect your actions? How's that going to affect your voice tonality? How is that going to affect everything about what you do? And so that's why I'm so passionate about this stuff. What I've been able to do is use this technique to literally transform the way I project myself out in the world. And I'm not done. Let me tell you, there's always something going on. There's always things that trigger us. And when you find those things that trigger you, that's the time to use this technique. All right. So, are you ready to learn this exciting technique? You may already know about tapping. You may know about emotional freedom technique, or EFT. What I'm going to share with you here is called fasterEFT, and the EFT stands for Emotionally Focused Transformation. All right. Mainly the reason we separate the two is because there's some fundamental differences between traditional EFT and faster EFT. And the biggest difference is that what we do, it's how we tap. It's where we focus when we tap. And what we call this aiming. And so this is very important, and it's very simple, really. If you have a problem or an issue, what you do is you just notice what you're thinking about. And if that doesn't help, notice what you're feeling. I always start with the feeling. Oftentimes when I'm driving, that's a high trance state when you're driving usually, because you've done it so many times, you're not really thinking about it, and your mind, your subconscious takes over, and then your mind just sort of wanders. It's a trance state. So oftentimes when I'm driving, all of a sudden these thoughts will come into my mind, and what I've done is I've sort of trained myself to notice when I'm feeling down in any way. So any negative feeling that you're feeling is a sign that you're thinking something that is not helpful. And so whenever I notice a down feeling, I go, oh, okay, what is it that I'm thinking about? And I use this procedure to immediately knock out that thought, to change that pattern. You see, there's a neural connection The mind and the body are working as one, and there's a neural connection. When that thought fires, those neural pathways fire, and it's a pattern. And that, in turn, affects the body and how you feel. It affects the organs in the body that produce feelings. And so this procedure actually stops that connection. It breaks that state. So I hope you understand how powerful this is and how important this is. So how do we do it? Well, very simple. Let's do a quick round, and I'm going to share with you something that you can do anytime, anywhere. It looks a little funny, but I'll show you ways that you can do it where it's not as funny looking, it's not as noticeable. So the first thing you want to do is I want you to think about something that maybe happened in the last 24 hours, or maybe something that, last couple days or last week that didn't make you feel very good. Something that that bothered you. Maybe you got cut off in traffic. Maybe you have an argument with a loved one or a friend or a coworker. Maybe you had an argument with your boss. Maybe you maybe you had a conversation with somebody and you just felt like you didn't handle it very well. Whatever it is, when you think about it, it brings up those negative feelings and emotions. Okay? I want you to think of something now. And now as you have that in your mind, I want you to really go there. You might want to close your eyes and just go back to that moment. And notice the feeling. And I want you to rate that feeling on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 being nothing at all, 10 being super intense. And what I'd like you to do is see if you can now increase that feeling. However you can do that. You may imagine an old stereo knob, and as you turn that knob, those feelings increase now. Good. If you can't do it, just imagine increasing that feeling. That's right. Good. All right, now in your mind, I'd like you to see a tree. If you could reach out and pull the roots up from that tree, what happens to a tree without roots? It dies and falls over, doesn't it? Good. Now open your eyes, look at me. Tap right here between your eyes. Say, I release and let go of all the sadness. Side of the eye, I release and let go of all the helplessness. Under the eye, I release and let go of all the guilt. Tapping your collarbone right around here, I release and let go of this feeling of no control. Squeeze your wrist, I release and let go of all the angers. Back to the eyebrow, I release and let go of all the hurts. Side of the eye, the sadness. Under the eye, the helplessness. Collarbone, the hopelessness. No control. The guilts. The angers. The frustrations. And everything else this is. The betrayals. It's safe to let it all go. I'm safe as I let this go. Let it go. Squeeze your wrist, let it go. Good. Now take a deep breath. And blow it out. Good. And say peace. Excellent. All right, now I want you to check back. We were talking about that thing that was bothering you. Notice I don't even know what it is. Only you know what it is, right? So I want you to go back and notice, is it still there? Now there's 3 things that may have happened here. One is it's gone and you can't feel it at all. Congratulations. 2 would be that it's still there, but it's much lessened. Now, if that's the case, I want you to go back and notice how you know it's there. Has that image or sensation changed? However you were representing it internally, has that shifted? Notice how it shifted. Now, the third thing that might have happened is that you actually feel the feeling more intense now. And if that's the case, what's happened is your mind has actually shifted over to another internal reference. And that's a blessing, because now you get to tap on that and bring that down. Okay? So one more time, what we're going to do is notice wherever that feeling is, whether it's, a little bit there, or maybe it's more intense. Just notice it's there. Notice how you are doing it inside. Focus on it now. I want you to really aim at that. Notice how you know it's there. And look at me. Tap on your eyebrows. Say, let it go. Side of the eye, this feeling and everything it represents. Under the eye, let it go. Collarbone, let it go. Squeeze your wrist. I'm safe. Eyebrow, it's safe to let this go. Side of the eye, safe to move on. Under the eye, I'm okay. Collarbone, I'm safe. Let it go. Squeeze your wrist, let it go. Deep breath. Blow it out. And say peace. Good. Excellent. Alright, now I want you to go back and I want you to notice. Still there? Is it less? Is it more? Has it increased? Either way, what you want to do is you want to look at it. Notice what's left. Notice how you know it's there. And tap. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Collarbone. Feeling this for the last time. It's safe for me to let this go. I'm okay. And I lovingly release and let this go. It's safe. Time to move on. Time to heal. I'm okay. Squeeze your wrist. Another deep breath. And blow it away for the last time. And say peace. Excellent. Good. Now if you still feel it in any way, continue this process. Persistence is your greatest weapon against these. And so believe me when I say tap. Tap until you get it down to zero. Tap. My mentor likes to say, tap until you pass out. When you wake up, it'll be a brand new day. So keep tapping. Go down, release, and let it go. Now, if you don't feel it at all, congratulations. And I want you to understand how powerful this is. Whatever it was that you were holding inside, judgments, condemnations, guilts, beating yourself up, whatever that was, it's gone. Now, what does that mean? That means that you will not operate from that program ever again. Now, granted, you might have other things in there. I'd be willing to gamble that you do. But now you have the tools to address those and to actually change that, thus changing your behavior, just changing your actions, thus changing your world. How powerful is that? And that's why this technique is so important. And it's why I've really devoted so much of my time to doing this for myself and for other people. So what we do now is I want you to go back and notice that image, whatever it was. It may be completely different now. But I'd like you to think of something that feels good. Think of a happy, positive memory. Maybe you like walking on the beach or somewhere else in nature. Maybe you've held a baby for the first time. Whatever that is, I want you to go there now. You may close your eyes and think about that now. That's right. Just let that feeling wash over your body like a cleansing light. Good. Just let it wash over your body. Feeling good. Feeling love and light. Good. All right. Now take a deep breath. Blow it out. Say peace. And open your eyes. Look at me. Congratulations. You've just learned a valuable life skill. This is Alan Combies from Tapping for Success, wishing you peace, love, success in all that you do. And please remember to keep tapping for success. All right. Talk soon.